Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, who 2 days ago took on Arsenal and now find themselves taking on Manchester City. It's no joke, this Barclays Premier League, although you would think that it is, given Callum Kennedy's haircut. Today, we're taking on, obviously, we're at one of the biggest stadiums in England, the Etihad. This is pretty bananas, and we're probably going to lose. But it's raining in England. We're enjoying ourselves. And it's wonderful just to be a Wimbly or a Wombly. Today I'm going to talk about Emily. Emily's topic for the Project for Awesome. She donated to the P4A to pick a Wimbly Wombly topic, and she wanted me to talk about Amsterdam. She's going on a summer backpacking trip there and spending a week there, and I wanted to know what I thought of the city, if I had any advice. Also, she wanted me to give a shout out to How to Adult, which is a great YouTube channel that I produce, so it's easy to give a shout out to it. YouTube.com, I should say help produce, YouTube.com/, very minorly help, How to Adult, YouTube.com/How to Adult. It teaches you how to do adult things, you know, like from paying your taxes to asking people to go on dates to making friends. It's a really cool YouTube channel that's sort of like, it's like a how-to, but instead of like learning how to change your oil in your car or whatever, you learn how to do adult stuff. As you could see, if you looked there, we have a slightly different midfield than usual. We've got Jagier Lightning Strike O out on the left wing today, and then we've got K St. Luce. Girls just want to have fun. Root is getting a start. We're basically just having to change up the whole squad because 2 days ago we had a game, and so everybody's exhausted. But you know who isn't tired? Jagier Lightning Strike O. Jagier Lightning Strike O! No. Went to K St. Luce, the patron saint of lost crosses, who is not the patron saint of lost shooting. So I love Amsterdam. I go there almost every year. I've been there almost every year since 2006, I guess. It's a beautiful city. One of my favorite things to do in Amsterdam, and if you're backpacking, first off, you know, if you're backpacking, you're going to meet really interesting people in like the hostels and kind of meet friends, meet people that you can travel with well together, and you can do lots of stuff together. That was not a foul. It was an embrace. Oh, this game is full of cheating. There's girls just want to have fun. Root on the ball. By the way, that's Amora is injured for 4 months with a torn quadricep muscle and is now contemplating retirement because he's 36 years old and he misses Brazil. That's what he said to me in his email. Anyway, one of my favorite things to do in Amsterdam is just to walk around the central city, the canal district, and, you know, see all of the canals, walk up and down, especially, you know, the sort of the 5 major canals. If you walk off of them into like the Jordan or other places, you can see the sort of little canals that are really beautiful, and I don't know, and I like looking at all the boats that people own. It's a city of extremely small and barely seaworthy boats, which I always enjoy. As far as like the things that I love to do there, I love to go to bookstores there, especially the American bookstore in the Spouw Square, because I don't speak good Dutch or any Dutch, so Dutch bookstores, a little bit, you know, they're a little bit less fun for me. But it's a great bookstore city. Like in the Spouw Square, there are 3 English language bookstores, which is more in a single like block than we have in the city of Indianapolis, a city of 1 million people. So the other thing is to go to Vlaamse friet. That's the most important thing that you can do in Amsterdam, is get yourself some Vlaamse friet, the best fries outside of Belgium. They are amazing. Very near the Spouw Square, very near the Binnenhof. If that's a big tourist attraction. Although I don't really, it's not my favorite. I don't really get it. I don't really understand why the Binnenhof is so cool. But you know, I don't know. Lots of people like it, so I'm sure I'm wrong. What a great pass to Jagier Lightning Strike. Oh, he's got tons of space. He's got space. He's got Dicko. It was a bad cross. Jagier, lightning strike, oh, great player, struggles with his crosses. Have you noticed that, Meredith? He's not like K. St. Luce, who, by the way, just did a great job getting back on defense. Manchester City looking like the lesser team, it must be said. And could it be that these Wimbly Womblys are headed for the Champions League with the top 4 finish in the Premier League? Suddenly, it doesn't seem impossible. We just can't be stopped. There's Jagier, lightning strike, oh, again on the ball, again with space, again with the cross that doesn't go anywhere. I think it's really important to go to the Anne Frank Museum if you're in Amsterdam. It's probably like the most important museum in the city, I think, although it's a city of great museums. I love the Anne Frank House. The people who run it are wonderful people, and I think they've done a great job of talking about it's also sort of the biggest Holocaust museum in the Netherlands, so they've done a great job not just talking about Anne Frank and the Frank family, but also talking about the way that the Holocaust changed the Netherlands forever. I mean, there were only 5,000 survivors, Jewish survivors from Holland, and so a nation that had a population of, like 500,000 Jewish people had, 5,000 at the end. It's a pretty shocking. I mean, there's no aspect of the Holocaust that isn't horrifying, but it's a particularly shocking and important part of the understanding the history of the Holocaust. So I love the Anne Frank Museum. I think it's really well curated, as well as just being a really moving experience. The Van Gogh Museum, or Van Gogh Museum, as we would say in America, is really good as well. Particularly if you can work your way into getting a kind of semi-private tour, which isn't that hard. It's really cool because you just get to learn a little bit about Van Gogh's progression as an artist, or the way that his work changed over the years, which I really enjoyed. And then the Stedelijk, the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, is really great. There's a far more famous museum, the Rijksmuseum, that does have a wonderful, wonderful collection of the old Dutch masters, and is definitely worth visiting, but the lines are often also really long. So, but I love the Stedelijk. I think it's one of the best contemporary art museums I've ever been to. They always have a really good show of some interesting contemporary artist. And I don't actually know where the Stedelijk is right now because it's constantly moving, but I think it's in its permanent space in the museum square. Yeah, so those are my favorite things to do. But mostly, like, it's just a great city to hang out in. Like, it's a great city to meet people and to just to like walk around in. There's also an amazing little church in the red light district that's I think it's called the Little Church in the Attic. It's basically somebody's attic, but it's been turned into this like beautifully Baroque Catholic church. It's totally fascinating and weird. And then, of course, like, you can walk around the red light district and smoke pot and all that stuff that people who visit Amsterdam do. But I would remind you, if you're going to Amsterdam to smoke pot, that there are a number of places right here in America where you could do that, like 18 states or something. So hopefully, like, that's becoming less and less of sort of the attract. I mean, I don't have anything. I don't think it's not that I'm bothered by people smoking pot. I'm just thinking, I just feel like if you're going to travel all of that way, you should probably go to the Anne Frank Museum in the Stedelijk. But yeah, it's just such a great city to hang out in. Like, I don't know, for me at least, like, it's a great city to have coffee in, and a great city to just do people watching. And if you're going to be there, I think you said you're going to be there in March. If you're going to be there in March, like, the weather's not going to be totally crap, like it is part of the year. And yeah, you can just sit outside and have a sandwich and watch the world go by. That's one of my favorite things to do there, anyway. Yeah, I really love Amsterdam. I'm totally biased in its favor. I know that was a bad pass. I apologize to my friends and family. Gosh, I would have gotten so much trouble for passing out of the back from Wimbly Wombly fans if that had been gone in. It's Deeney. It's Deeney. It's Deeney. It's Deeney. To Dicko. To Dicko. Oh, it's far post. Oh, it's a beautiful save from Joe Hart. God, he never makes saves that good in real life. That was ridiculous. I think that was K. St. Luce, the patron saint of lost crosses. We don't even have a song for him. He scores so rarely. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. They're looking weak. Oh, he gave it all away. Oh, and then an unnecessary slide tackle, and suddenly we're on the defensive. We need to get counter-oriented. We need to be a counter-attack-oriented team when we're playing somebody like Manchester City. There we go. There we go. It's a great steal. Through ball. It's a really good through ball. It's Mo's Vestergaard. Oh, I think we got a corner kick out of it. Yeah, Mo's Vestergaard. Show him you've got courage. I like the way that he got right in his face, and he said, I'm Mo's Vestergaard. I'm 17 years old. I'm a right midfielder for the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, and we are just as assuredly in the Premier League as you are, so suck it. Oh, it was a goal kick in the end. That's frustrating. I'm going to check on the health and well-being of my players here in the, I don't know what minute it is. Oh, boy. Things are not going well for Di Michelis. He is 47 years old, to be fair. We're going to bring in Rocker. And I'm also a little concerned. I saw Mo's Vestergaard, although he showed absolute unmitigated courage in that tackle. I could also tell that that was the tackle of a tired, I don't want to say broken, but a very tired man. And then we are going to have to get somebody out on the wings to try to bring in a little pace. Oh, I know who it is. It's Frankenstein. He's going to come in for Jagier Lightning Strike O because he's a slightly better crosser of the ball. Make all 3 substitutions in the 77th minute, just like the pros do. Di Michelis, you and your unbelievably ugly ponytail are coming off the pitch. He's got large ears, doesn't he, Meredith? He's a larger-eared man. There we go. All 3 substitutions at once. You know, in the real AFC Wimbledon, managed by Neil Ardley, whom I met a few weeks ago, the real AFC Wimbledon are fascinatingly, they also like to make at least 2 substitutions, usually just 2, but Neil Ardley doesn't mind making 2 substitutions at once, unlike most professional managers. There we go, great tackle. Pretty well. I just love being there. I just like get the biggest kick out of it. You know, just from the, that's just, yeah. And also there's the American aspect of like going to Europe. You European Wombly viewers have to understand that when we in the United States go to Europe, a lot of times we're just like, can you believe how old it all is? My God, it's all so old. And we just look at all of the, like, we look at everything and we're just like, it's old. It's so old. Speaking of old, 0-0 draws remind me of the old days when I was a Swindon Town Swoodly Pooper. You know what? 1 point away from home against Manchester City in driving rain. Would I have liked to score a goal? Yes. Will I accept a draw? Absolutely. This is the kind of result that we need to have the kind of year that we couldn't have even dreamt about when this all began. So I'm very happy. I'm not going to worry. I'm going to celebrate. Thank you for watching. Best wishes.